About a year ago, we came here to the home of Eric and Cate Sabol and interviewed Eric Sabol as he explained his journey through fibromyalgia, depression, and anxiety. Today, we meet with his wife, Cate, and try to get a family perspective on their journey. Hi, Cate.
Hi.
Are you good talking in here?
Sure.
Okay.
It's perfect.
All right.
Then you just bump your head on the camera.
Cate, can you take us back to the very first time you realized that your life as a family was changing?
I would say February of 2013, when what we realized was probably a more chronic illness. We didn't know what it was. We didn't have a name for it. But the Graves' disease that Eric had been diagnosed with was not getting better. The doctors had said that the meds were balanced and things should be better, and they weren't.
As you saw Eric going through his chronic pain and the various diagnoses, and how did you see this affect his mental health?
Initially, I would say it was despair. He was distraught at the idea of losing the business. Obviously upset about the effect it was having on us as a family. And also a great deal of guilt I could tell was weighing on his shoulders, being the strong guy who used to pride himself on being that strong guy. And then that was taken away and he couldn't do anything about it. There's really nothing you can say. And it took me a long time to realize I had to let him get there.
You have many roles within your family. You're a wife, you're a mother, and on many levels you're also a caregiver. How does this all affect you?
I don't look at it as though I'm really any different than any other person who has someone in their life that needs them. At the end of the day, I'm still a mom. I still work full time. I'm still a wife. I'm a daughter. I'm a friend, and all of those things are still really important to me. And the fact that I love Eric and I love our family, it's changed things in the way that I approach things. Probably, maybe I look at things sometimes for the better and sometimes not. But I'm not the only one who has something hard going on in their life, and so I don't feel that I'm any different. And I know at the end of the day that Eric would do the same.
Eric has described you as unbelievably supportive and in a job that you have not asked for. When stress is high, how do you take care of yourself and your own needs?
So I've had to figure that out. I can't, this is bigger than going for a mani-pedi and a massage, which used to be, free children and free other thing, big life events. That was a good cure-all or a glass of wine. But now, sometimes it's going out to the garden and pulling weeds because that feels cathartic, or over pruning a bush might be helpful. But I've had to find those moments and figure out what those different moments are. And the other piece too, I think that I personally have had to really get to is allowing myself to be upset and allowing myself to be angry and not just take this situation as it is what it is and we deal with it. That is true, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to have a perfect day every day, and that I'm not going to be I'm not super mom every day, I'm not super spouse, I'm not super caregiver every day, but I try. every day.
So what advice might you have for other people who could have a loved one who is struggling?
I think I'd say find what works for them. There's a lot of things that are helpful. For me, it's been connecting with people that get it. And it doesn't mean that their husband also has fibromyalgia. It might just be that they understand what it's like to struggle with something. And people who have a lot of empathy. For me, it's doing that is working with NAMI on a volunteer basis. It's accepting that every day isn't a good day, and figuring out again what's personally. Some people it may be a cup of tea and a good book. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It can be, but it has to be what works for you. If it's walking your dog, it's little small graces that work, and also just knowing that you can find those things. There's when you feel like there is nobody out there who understands. More often than not, having the courage to say that you're struggling with something is probably been the times when I've been the recipient of walking away from, feeling the best and the most understood, because I had the courage to say, I'm in a bad place, or I need some help.